Hello again, NBA fans, and welcome into another edition of our NBA Roundtable. My name is Matt Eppers. I am a digital producer at USA TODAY Sports, and I am joined today by Jeff Zillgitt and Cydney Henderson. We are going to touch on a few of the teams in the NBA news recently, and we want to start on a contender out west. They are welcoming Anthony Davis back. He is just returning after missing several weeks with a sprained MCL in his left knee. Big picture, off the bat, what does his return mean for a Lakers team that is really struggling to find its place in the West race?
Right now, Anthony Davis is key to everything that happens for the Lakers from this point on. That's putting a lot of pressure on Anthony Davis. But he's a guy that the Lakers have invested in heavily. He helped them win a championship 2 seasons ago in the bubble. And you can almost look at this, given the Lakers' situation with their roster right now, that it's unlikely that they make some kind of huge roster-changing move at the trade deadline. You could almost look at Anthony Davis's return as the best thing they have to getting a trade deadline deal. I mean, he's sort of the de facto acquisition that they're getting to help them get through this stretch. And he's going to be key in lifting the Lakers from where they are right now in the standings to get into the top 6, to avoid the play-in game, and get into a situation, maybe even the top 5, where their road isn't as difficult as it is, or as it would be right now.
Shifting focus now to another team that has had to overcome some injuries. In the East, the Miami Heat have emerged as a top contender in the standings. How have they been able to do it again this season?
They've been able to do it with some depth. You mentioned it. Jimmy Butler has played just a little over half the games. Kyle Lowry has been out. You mentioned Bam Adebayo being out. They've been able to do it with depth. Tyler Hero, who is just coming back from COVID protocols, but he's been available. Duncan Robinson has been available. Gabe Vincent has stepped up. Max Strus has stepped up. So they have players who have filled in, not just admirably, but very well. And this goes to the whole idea of depth in the NBA, is who do you have on your bench or as a reserve who can help you get through these stretches and help you maintain not only your current place in the standings, but maybe even help you move up. The Heat have been masters at cultivating talent, developing talent. They've done it. They're doing it again right now. And now when you start to think about this team getting healthy, they're going to get Kyle Lowry back. You mentioned Adebayo. Jimmy Butler is going to start playing more games. This is going to be a really strong, or I'm expecting it to be a really strong stretch run for the Miami Heat.
We want to close with another team back out west, and that is the Utah Jazz. Cydney, you've been around the Jazz in recent weeks, but they themselves have had to deal with some injuries, common theme today. But how have they sort of gone about trying to overcome those injuries, and what is their mindset moving forward?
Yeah, so the Jazz are not panicking. Their mindset right now is that they're currently number 4, but Quinn Snyder has said that they're not necessarily worried about the seeding. If you remember last year, the Jazz finished number 1 in the West with a league best 52-20 record, and went on to another early exit from the playoffs in the second round. So Quinn Snyder said this time around, they're more worried about being the best version of themselves at the right time, meaning ahead of the playoffs. Right now, their team is looking for an identity. They are facing a lot of injuries and also had a COVID outbreak. So right now, he said that his team is focused on finding that identity, playing hard, playing together, and building that mental toughness that will hopefully push them through the playoffs as well. I think they're just focusing on that mental toughness. Donovan Mitchell said himself after they lost to the Detroit Pistons earlier this month that they're not playing like a championship level team and that they're fooling themselves thinking that they can. So right now, I think that they're really just trying to find their rhythm, build that mental tenacity, and play together and play tough. Quinn Snyder has said that his team hasn't been playing hard. And I think that this is getting through this slump will be a lesson that they can turn to during the playoffs. as well.
That, friends, I believe is going to wrap up another edition of our NBA Roundtable. Many thanks, as always, to Jeff Zillgitt and Cydney Henderson for joining me once again. My name is Matt Eppers. We do hope you'll join us again next time. Until then, thank you as always for watching on USA Today Sports.
Hey sports fans, if you want to see more videos like this, check out some of our other ones right here. And if you like what you see, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more from USA Today Sports.